and economic devastation. Join us each
All right,
week
Greg.
as we help you prepare for the new normal in this not free America.
Good.
You're hearing the Paul W. Smith Show, News Talk 760, WJR.
Well, it's Friday, all right, and that means, among other things, that means we have Greg Russell and movie. Shows. Plus. And Dayna Clark.
Oh.
Doing all of the sound effects in lieu of a sound effects budget.
Right.
And it's been tough. You know, we send out our affection to, we say Paul Glantz all the time because we know him the best from Imagine Theaters, but there are all these other theaters, big and small, that have not been able to be open for business. They're on the edge of their seat waiting for to get the nod from the governor. And I hope that we get to a point or a position where it's safe, if it isn't already safe, for people to go to the movies, because otherwise it gets a little bit stifling, the kind of being stuck in the house and not being able to get out. And if you think I'm saying all of this because I miss fresh buttered popcorn, you're absolutely right.
We know you do.
I do.
Sure. I've been doing that a lot lately too. Just getting out of the house, visiting with a friend.
Sure.
It's so refreshing and great. So if you can even just get out and walk around the block.
Yeah, the weather has been beautiful.
We've said it a million times, just getting out of the house, even if you're sitting in your backyard, side yard, front yard, wherever it is, it's beneficial, it's healthy, it's better for you. All right. But for those who are staying inside and or at least in the evening, turning on Netflix or Disney Channel or whatever else is out there, Hulu, you've picked Sleepover. Talk to me about that.
Yeah, that's another new one from You Got It, our buddies at Netflix. This movie's one for tweens. I'd be willing to say if you're, any kid between 12 and say 14, maybe 15. It's about a girl who is about 15 and her younger brother who's about 12. They find out that their mom used to be this great I don't want to say criminal, but this great thief. But she did it, for like the government and different things like that. And all of a sudden something happens where mom has to leave suburbia and go back into action. But then all of a sudden the kids are the ones who are finding all the clues around the house as far as how to help her out. So it truly, it's a kid's movie because they'll look at something and go, oh, what's this? I don't know, but I think we'll use it. Then later down the line, it winds up being used. To help their mom.
It sounds like Spy Kids. Sounds like Spy Kids. Okay.
That same type of way. Where
I should mention that for those who you can tune in on social media and see us for this segment as well. Not that we can show you footage of the film Sleepover, but we do have the audio right here.
Guys, ninjas just stole your parents. Why would somebody take your parents? Look, this is Mom's necklace. She never takes this off, ever. She's trying to tell us something. Look, the symbols match. This could help us find them. Where are we?
Access granted.
Oh, yeah. I don't think your mom is just a regular mom.
I don't think your mom is just a regular mom. Famous last words.
Right.
Well, like the part I had mentioned, where they said, Mom never takes this necklace off.
Yeah.
Clue. Really, at the end of the necklace, really mean, that type of stuff. So,
yeah.
Kids will enjoy it. Adults, you can probably walk, by and might sit down and enjoy a little piece of it. It does have, some nice little fun action. And it's the typical where it shows the adults as smart, as far as her mom being the spy, crook, whatever. And then the stepdad who's kind of like this moron. So, here we go.
Anybody we know in this? I read Joe Manta, what's his name? Sofia Vergara's husband. What's his name?
That's his name, Sofia Vergara's husband.
Okay.
Oh, my.
No, Joe.
Who is that? I didn't even know.
Manganiello?
Yeah, Joe Manganiello.
Okay.
Oh.
And he'd be the main one because the mom is played by Malin Ackerman. And actually, we've seen her in several movies, but, you probably just witness
Yeah.
her name with, who she is.
Yeah.
And you give this sleepover how many?
Like out of our 4, we'll put it there like in the 2 range. Because like I said, it's for kids. It's not for, adults. I mean, unless you really are looking for something just to help you escape.
Yeah, or to do with the kids.
Yeah, that's true.
All right, the next one I kind of gave as an assignment for all of us. Did we all look at Love on the Spectrum?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes, we did.
There's somebody who wrote about this in a film critic and culture writer said, quote, "I don't say this lightly. Love on the Spectrum might be the greatest dating show ever made."
Yeah.
And when you think about it, a bunch of young Australian young people on the autism spectrum who are discovering or want to discover love and dating. And their desire for true human connection is so pure and so uncluttered with the usual trivial matters that you find on those other quote unquote dating shows, but that you can't help but experience every possibility and setback right along with them. Isn't that the truth?
It was like, dating period. No matter, who you are, you've got your highs, you've got your lows, you've got I might not like this person, but I like this person. And I want to just go on a date. I want to feel loved. I mean, we all do. Yeah. So, and it was just neat to watch. Because Dayna, you were talking about the one character, Mark.
Oh, yeah. I was just pulling for Mark. I'm like, why can't Mark get a date? Like, he can get a date, but I just like people that I felt should be together. I just didn't understand why they were not together. And I was just pulling for them. And you just watch it and they're funny and smart and just so themselves. And that's what I really enjoyed about it, that to see, like Greg, you said, dating is hard normally anyway. Right. And so to see the determination that they had to keep going out on dates and keep going out on dates and the parents helping them and trying to coach them, and they had a coach. It was really sweet and it was really well done.
And frankly, educational.
Yes.
For a lot of us who haven't spent a lot of time with those on the spectrum of autism, yes. I think it's eye-opening. I think it's beneficial for us to learn some of these things. And think of this, as if dating wasn't hard enough already for the non-spectrum disordered. These subjects have a condition whose first defined attribute is, quote, difficulty communicating and interacting with other people, end of quote. And now they're discovering dating and discovering love. Here's a piece from Love on the Spectrum on Netflix.
Finding love can be hard for anyone. This series follows young adults on the autism spectrum as they navigate the confusing world of relationships and dating.
What is your disability? Because I'm not seeing one.
What does autism look like to you?
Point taken.
I just knew I was different. Sinead just felt similar to me.
I love you. I want to experience love.
Oh.
And that's all all of us want.
That's right. That's right. So, and the determination, man, after a couple of dates, I'd have been like, forget it. But they just kept going back out and going and hanging out and going to conventions. And
I think
they made a lot of friends, which is good, ultimately.
I think it is a wonderful program, educational, illuminating, heartfelt. I give it all thumbs up.
Me too. I give it a 10. Absolutely. I give that a 10, a real 10, not Greg's 10. Because we know Sugar Bear. So this sleepover is really a 1, people. It's really a 1. I'll say it because Greg is so sweet and kind. It's a 1.
My reason, and I'll just say this out there, Dayna. We had a discussion over the weekend with some other friends. We were talking about certain movies where one person hated the heck out of it and somebody else loved it.
True.
It's all a person's own opinion.
Yeah, but as only Dayna can do so well, and she just did. She throws you under the bus, but she makes sure the bus is parked.
Make sure you feel good.
The bus is parked.
I know that.
You're thrown under the bus, but it's not going to run you over.
Nope. And we'll still be friends after.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Greg. Thank you, Dayna. Greg Russell.
Thank you, guys.
Movie. Show. Plus.
There we go. I'm looking at it backwards.
Oh, and Brian says he loves your Justice League shirt.
Oh, thanks, Brian.
He says, in fact, it's cool.
It's cool.
And fandom this weekend.
Only Brian and I still use that term. That's really cool.
Absolutely.
As we continue at just about 8:29 on WJR.
This report is sponsored by the podcast, The Piketon Massacre. The new podcast, The Piketon Massacre, explores the largest mass murder in Ohio's history and how the crime has divided the once close-knit town where it occurred 4 years ago. To find out more, listen to The Piketon Massacre wherever you get your podcasts.
And Dayna puts on her other hat. Well, she's not wearing a hat at all. Our WJR traffic and weather first, Miss Clark.
That accident in Southfield, Paul W. Lodge southbound at 7 Mile, that collision is clear. Now, WJR weather first from the Weather Channel. A great weekend ahead. It's going to be hot out there starting today. Sunshine, a high of 87 tonight, mainly clear, low 66. On Saturday and Sunday, sun both days. Could see a passing shower on Sunday, but hot. 88 on Saturday, 89 on Sunday. Partly cloudy sky, 66 degrees. I'm Dayna Clark, WJR News with Dick Hafner in about 1 minute.
This report is sponsored by the podcast, The Piketon Massacre.
They had snuck in the night and